1987, Whitney was broke. You say what? You say what, NayRob? Whitney is broke in 1987 and the bitch just only came out in 1984 and she is broke? That's what I said. Have not already done so, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on YouTube. And if you do not have an investment/retirement plan in place through your employer, please check out the Acorn app below. It'll change your life. Now, let's talk about Robyn Crawford's A Song for You, chapters 20, 21, and 22, part 8. This video opens up with Sylvia calling Robyn hysterically, okay? Now, remember when I told you that at the Soul Train Awards, Whitney Houston called Robyn Crawford her best friend, her executive assistant, Like, at this point right here, I'm realizing what her position actually is. She's super saver hoe. So Sylvia calls Robyn stressed out. Sylvia is on the road with Whitney, on the road with Bobby, that's on the road with New Edition. Now, see, this is the part I don't like, Robyn. Leave New Edition out of your bullshit. But anyway, Whitney decided to do a pop-up on Bobby on tour with New Edition. Now, when Whitney got there, Whitney knocking on the door, knock, knock, knock. The downstairs people won't give me the key. Bobby, what the hell you got going on in there? Bobby opens the door and spit in her face. Okay? Oh, God, could you imagine? I mean, I'm sure they fucking, so they do exchange saliva, during certain sessions, but it's like, he did it all in front of everybody. So after he pushed her in the room, Whitney grabs the phone, okay? Now, these is old school, hotel phones, right? And pick it up to call her pappy. Bitch, why you pick up the phone to call your pappy? Why you ain't take that motherfucker in and hit him with it? Back to Whitney Houston wanting to call her pappy on Bobby. And everybody, you have to know that your daughter is going through some kind of physical abuse. You have to know that because that's your child. You know when things are different. And you be like, what the hell is going on here, girl? What is that? What is that all up around your eye and stuff? What is that? So it's a whole lot of things that I don't understand about the Houstons. One of them being, so you're paying somebody to break Robyn's kneecap so that they won't talk about your daughter, hunching around with women. But you got a whole man here, pop, pop, wop, wop, bamming your daughter in the face. And you don't intervene? Bobby snatched the phone that she was going to call, her pappy and be like, Daddy, Bobby spit in my face. Girl, first of all, your father would have to get on a plane to get there. Okay, but I digress. But anyway, when Whitney picked up the phone to call her pappy, Bobby snatched it and bonked her ass in the head. See, it couldn't be me. See, if you wouldn't have picked up the phone to call your pappy, and if you would have took them old school phones, y'all know how them hotel phones look. They is brick. You heard me. She could have took that phone and put a hurting on that ninja. You heard me. Bobby would have been singing shite. It wouldn't have been no Mr. Telephone Man for his ass on that New Edition tour. Ninja. And then this is where Robyn says that Bobby reminded her of her father, how her father was very abusive, very controlling, had relationships and children outside of the marriage, but still was blaming the mother for cheating. I'm like, how that work, Clarence? Actually, Whitney Houston's security, who was all the way across the street at another hotel, had came and got Whitney up out of there and was trying to take her down there to the airport. No. Whitney was like, take me back. Take you back, bitch. Guess what? The same security that got Whitney up out of there got fired. Because Bobby came up with this thing in his head. Them drugs and them demons always be talking to you. Had came up with this. Oh, you fucking him? Okay, get rid of his ass. Because you fucking him. Child, Whitney fired her. Robyn always, made it very clear that she could not understand why Whitney stayed with Bobby. Robyn, look at me, girl. I know she ain't looking at this, but look at me, girl. Let's pretend. Look at me, girl. Whitney stayed with Bobby for the same reason that your mother stayed with your father as long as he did. They believed that it would get better. Now, when your mammy left your pappy, Shasta La Vista, God bless her. But Whitney wasn't there yet. Then I need y'all help, okay? All right. So help me, damn it, because I don't know what the hell is going on here. And if y'all hussies know, y'all need to tell me, okay? So what happened was, Whitney Houston had hired a private eye to follow Bobby around. Come to find out, Bobby was round down there in LA hunting around with a famous musician's daughter. Who was the musician, y'all? Who was it? I don't know. Now, Whitney decides to go back on the road with Bobby Brown in New Edition. See, that's the bullshit I'm talking about right there. Them two are so toxic for each other that they're fucking up each other's money. And like I know, when Bobby went back on tour with New Edition, he needed that money. He needed that. So Whitney, I don't understand, why would you follow the... I know why you follow the ninja around, because you think if you follow him around, you're going to prevent him from sticking his pickle in another jar of mayonnaise. I get it. But it didn't work. So, Bobby Christina on the road with him too, because in Whitney mind, I guess as long as she's here, okay, then, I'm spending time with her. But for real, she wasn't spending time with Whitney. She was spending time with Sylvia and I forget Aunt Bay's daughter. Now, why would you even bring a bitch that is the offspring of Aunt Bay? Don't you know Aunt Bay is a bitch? Aunt Bay is a bitch. Shit. Why they on the second pop-up tour for New Edition? Sylvia calls again. She calling the super saver hoe. Bobby is in the same hotel as Whitney, Bobby Christina, and Sylvia, but Bobby's on a different floor, hunching around with another lady. Sylvia down there, she can't handle shit by herself. I guess she got bad nerves, so she decided to call super saver hoe Robyn. She put her cape on and, fly to wherever Whitney is, where she is on tour with the New Edition. She trying to help Whitney, I guess. I don't know. But then when Bobby see, Super Saver Ho there with Whitney, Bobby say, what the hell is she doing here? Send her ass home. So Robyn left. We don't know what Whitney Houston is. Okay. Bobby Christina, Aunt Bay's daughter, and New Edition then gone on to the next tour date. Thank God they caught her down there to the airport and looking a mess, looking disheveled. So anyway, Sylvia caught her ass down there to the airport. The hotel had made accommodations for her to get the hell from wherever it was that they was at to somewhere else. Okay? Shouts to La Vista, good for you. Kudos to Sylvia for solving the problem by herself, because that bitch can't flush the toilet alone. Think this. Whitney ain't do nothing but go back on tour with Bobby and New Edition. Oh my God, this is not your tour, girl. Jesus, girl, make some money. So I guess Sylvia realized that really keep calling Robyn is not fixing shite. I mean, they should have been known that. Shh. But anyway, Sylvia decides to talk to the parents. She talked to the parents for about a whole hour, and then she turned around and, of course, involved Robyn. But at least she involved Robyn after, the plan, and explained to Robyn what the situation was. So the parents definitely knew that she was on drugs. Nobody intervened because all Whitney was to everybody was a workhorse. Fucking ninjas. By the time the Pacific Rim tour came about, Sylvia is not with Whitney. You know why? Because Sylvia has gotten demoted. How dare you, bitch, tell my mammy and my pappy that I'm around here smoking crack. Sylvia's new job was to open and close the studio and change the cat litter. Damn, Sylvia. I mean, is you getting paid the same amount? I mean, I would love to. I change some cat litter. I'm sure Sylvia making over 100K to change cat litter. What you in your feelings for? You ain't got to see them fighting and fussing and arguing and fucking no more. Change the cat litter. That's it. Let's go. Now Robyn goes, why isn't Sylvia on tour with you this time? She goes, oh, because the people say I can't trust Sylvia no more. Who the people? Whitney say everybody. Everybody say that you can't trust everybody. Ain't nobody said that Sylvia is worthy of your trust. Everybody. You know who told Whitney that? The boogeyman. Okay, the boogeyman. Anybody that stands in the way of them getting what they want from Whitney Houston, that's the boogeyman. That's who did it. That bitch right there, she always intervening. She always trying to stop the flow. Tell her ass stay home and change the kitty litter. That's what she need to do. Now, this is where Robyn says that she knew that Clive did not give two F's about whether or not Whitney was high or sober. All Clive cared about was if she was making the money. I mean, Clive is too busy trying to hide his sexuality. He don't have time to care about Whitney or you, Robyn. Clive offered his home in the Hamptons to Whitney Houston to sober up with a nurse, with a personal nurse, because what happened was they had an idea previously, well, the family had an idea previously to send her to the good rehab that Michael Jackson was in a couple of weeks before. I said, why y'all keep bringing motherfuckers into this bullshit? Leave Michael Jackson out of this. We ain't had to know that Michael Jackson was in the rehab before then. Bitch. We move on to Cindy Madrick. Robyn said that bitch hated everybody. I said everybody. You know why? Because Cindy was looking at the books. She was the bookkeeper. And what Cindy said was that this girl is not going to have no money left the way that the family is running through her money. Bobby family treated Whitney Houston's finances at their personal ATM. So when it came down to it, Whitney was paying for so many family members' houses, gas, cars, insurance. Even her pappy had opened up a little account with the gas station down the street so that them motherfuckers can gas up anytime they want. I said, how the fuck your father take advantage of you like that? By 1987, Whitney was broke. You say what? You say what, NayRob? Whitney is broke in 1987 and the bitch just only came out in 1984 and she is broke? That's what I said. And when I say broke, according to Robyn, Robyn said that Whitney only had assets and no money. Yikes, nigga, yikes. Ugh. So Cindy Bookham Dano Madrick had told Whitney, this is what you do. You cut the Browns completely off. Hell yeah. Ain't your husband down there to the New Edition tour singing his ass off to pay bills for his fucking family? Why Whitney got to pay? I'm telling you, that's how the bullshit be happening. Anyway. Now, child, every few months, when Whitney ain't had no money left, John Houston would be like, well, time to get back on the road. Bitch, it's time to get back on the road. Bitch, you ain't singing no notes. You ain't putting on no outfits. You ain't smoking no crack. Remember I told you about Michael. Michael was the kind brother. You know, Gary hated her ass. You know, hated her ass. But anyway, Michael was the kind brother. He had endearment towards Robyn the same way that Whitney Houston did. Child, oh my God. Fuck Michael too. Michael did a pop-up over Robyn's house. Hey, Robyn, hey, here's the joint, Robyn. Here, let's smoke these two joints together. Robyn say, oh, okay. I'll smoke these joints with you. First of all, Robyn, why would you think if he introduced his sister to cocaine, why would you think that he would just give you old regular old joint? Now, I thought it was an old dipper or some love boat. I thought it was a something, I don't know, a sherm stick. I don't know what I thought it was. But come to find out, she's smoking it, like I said, Judgmental bitch. You still getting high. You got a problem with Whitney getting high, but you sit there and you smoke some herb, even though, herb is earth. I mean, it's earth. Okay. But you sitting there smoking herb with his brother, but you better than Whitney. You want to get high too, bitch. You just feel like you better because you're not getting as high as Whitney. See, that's the bullshit I'm talking about. Them judgmental hoes. All through this book, Robyn is so judgmental. If I see you, I'm going to tell you. I don't want to smack you in the face because we ain't fucking. But I'm going to tell you, girl, you too judgmental, girl. You too judgmental. You need to judge yourself. Huh? Anyway, girl, Michael threw her in a trick bag. She said she smoked, she took a pull on it, a joint on the pull on the joint. And she said it was a high that she never had before in her life. She was heated up. Michael told her, just sit back and relax. No, don't take me, sit back and relax. Take me to the motherfucking hospital. That nigga right there gave me a woody. And also, by this time we knew that Michael was using heroin because when Robyn had visited the house, this child, all the spoons had blue, red, and green, burn marks on them. Whitney was like, ooh, what's that? This dum-dum go, no, you can't handle this. How you gonna tell a junkie you can't handle something? All that's gonna do is make them want to do it, dummy. But according to what I know or what I've read, no one has ever said that they've seen her shoot dope before. My Love Is Your Love was supposed to be a duet with Michael. Child. Michael wasn't fucking with her. Remember, Whitney Houston had presented Michael Jackson with a prestigious award earlier on, okay? Michael ain't give a fuck. He still ain't called her back. He was not fucking with her. Even though Michael was off that fentanyl, but I guess nobody knew that he was off that fentanyl. He still didn't want to be associated with the likes of you, Whitney bitch. You, Bobby bitch. None of y'all over there, okay? So Michael Jackson didn't have enough to even call him. Hey, Whitney, hi, this is Michael. Hi, answer, no. He had like the butler or the elevator operator or something like that to give Whitney the answer. Answer, no. Okay? Whitney was in her feelings. She said, how dare this nigga? And I didn't presented him with a whole award a couple of years ago. Child bang. Whitney powered through, did it herself, and the song was excellent. Of course. And then it was the little sweet part when Bobby Christina was like, sing, mommy. Oh my God, I love that little part. After release of My Love Is Your Love, John Houston, again, well, time to hit the road. No, nigga. It's time for you to hit your daughter with a crack pipe and tell her to wake up. That's what you need to do. Remember, whenever Whitney don't have money, okay, John Houston, well, niggas, time to go on tour. Whitney did not have no money for wardrobe for this new tour, right? So Robyn came up with the concept of, let's get a sponsor. Let's contact one of the, houses and see if they will, provide costumes for the entire staff. Her dancers, the backup dancers. Dolce and Gabbana was the first person she called, and them motherfuckers was the first person to say yes. Yes, bitch, yes! Yeah. The only thing that Dolce and Gabbana wanted from Whitney Houston was for her to wear their attire exclusively and to go to certain events. Child. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, it was a good job. All we need to make sure to do is that the bitch show up. Hold tight. Here come the no-shows. So while we're on tour with Whitney successfully made 16 out of 20 shows. One specifically that she did not make. 45 minutes before the show was supposed to start, Whitney and Bobby is trashed somewhere. Bobby, we ain't gonna make it. We can't do this. The boogeyman is here. I have to go. So here we are at the 42nd annual Grammy Awards. Whitney was not in her best voice, but she was not bad. She was tricking us, because Whitney is so stellar with her range that when she is not at her best, she's still above average. So this is where everybody was dazed and confused about what Whitney was doing with her acceptance speech. Child, I remember it like the back of my hand. Okay, Whitney was like, shout out to the king of our R&B, Bobby Brown. I said, what? And at the time, there was a time that Bobby was killing him. You heard me. But it wasn't that time. And I was like, damn, she got her nigga back. That is a ride or die. I hope to never ride or die that much. Later on that night, Saturday Night Live burned them up. Oh, I loved a good burn from Saturday Night Live. Now, you talk about roasting gags, child. I think that was the beginning of people treating Bobby and Whitney like Cephus and Reecie. We are March 6, 2000. Clive wants Whitney Houston to present him with the award for being entered in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? I don't even know why Whitney said yes, but she said yes. But guess what? The answer, no show. Why would you even do that when basically Clive could have gotten, a secret squirrel to do it for? Davis could have get anybody. Wasn't Mariah Carey around? Was that bitch busy? Well, here we are at the Oscars, okay? The rehearsal for the Oscars. A whole mess. Bobby is in the front row looking a mess. Whitney on stage rehearsing with the dude named Burt Bacharach, looking a mess, sounding a mess. But dig this. Your family might put up with your bullshit with all this lame, all over the place type sweaty mess that you have going on. But Burt Bacharach told her, come here, Whitney. Come here, bitch. Come here. You're fired. How you get fired by Burt Bacharach? Not that Burt Bacharach ain't a bad motherfucker. He is. But bitch, you Whitney Houston. How the fuck you get fired? So here we are with Whitney Houston and George Michael. Now, a while back, Whitney Houston and George Michael had did a song together that was a banger. Clive was determined to put them back together so they could do a remix and make more money. Okay, because that's really all Clive think about, hiding his bisexuality and making more money. That's all he gave two craps about. So what happened was, there was a date. Whitney no-showed. There was another date. Whitney no-showed again, but this time Robyn contacted Clive and told Clive, listen, Whitney ain't gonna make it. It's fucked up out here. It's hard, okay? Clive said, okay, I tell you what, just go buy him some kind of gift or something, a shirt or something like that. She run out, go buy him an old black shirt, okay? Now, the next time that Robyn sees Whitney is at the Soul Train Music Awards, okay? Robyn goes through the trailer, okay, and says, hey, Whitney, hey, so you kind of, stood up George Michael, but I smoothed it over and I got him a shirt. Bobby lost it. Well, no, he didn't lose it. He was already gone off of whatever it is they was on and said, don't be buying no man no shirt from my wife. Are you crazy? Bobby, bitch. Everybody knew that George Michael was gay. Well, maybe we didn't. And then Whitney said, well, what am I apologizing for? I said, oh shit. Robyn was like, these motherfuckers are crazy. And you know what? It's time for me to go. Before Robyn left out the trailer, she quit. Bye. Here again, Robyn. You're asking Whitney to choose between you and her husband. Bitch, I'm going to choose my husband every time. Because guess what? Your love life is untouched. Because I'm not in your love life telling you that you licking on the bitch who I used to work with. I.e. Lisa from the AR of Arista. Later on, like a day or so later, Robyn called the private line, the bat phone, and said, yeah, I need to talk to Whitney, Bobby. Bobby said, okay, I'll tell her. Whitney was like, okay, we could discuss it. Whitney never called her back. What happened was one of the peoples called Robyn and said, Whitney decided to accept your resignation. Okay, lovers, if you have not already done so, please remember to like and share this video because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. Now, remember this, the same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one. Deuce. I'm going to get my nails done. Shut the hell up.